Ooh.
Oh, Wilson, you're in trouble.
And just so unfair for how well Brandon's played this final table with that awesome bluff against Bryn Kenney. Sometimes the poker gods have a sick sense of humor, you know? They're just like, oh, dude, this guy.
Oh, my God,
my
Kenny
God.
has jacks.
Speaking of sick
There's
sense
no
of humor.
way he doesn't get it in. Jeez. Three-way all in?
I take exception to the no way. I think there is a way. 5 seconds. I think it is unlikely. Like it is a small chance, but I think there's a chance. That's all I'll say.
You know he knows that Pardo can 3-bet fold off of this stack. He's likely just going to click it because Dylan, you know, sitting with coverage stack after. They make like $2 million.
Don't get me wrong. I understand the money is in most of the time here. It's only for 25 big blinds effective. I'm romantic about Bryn Kenney.
There
you
are
know?
some interesting things that could develop, though. Let's say he makes it 1.9, 2 million. Brandon goes all in.
Yeah.
Pardo calls. Can he save like another 2 million? Like, can he ever?
Can Brandon Wilson ever fold? Probably not. But you know, these are very strong ranges.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's disgusting, but like.
I mean, the reason why, theoretically, Brandon Wilson can't really fold, I know everyone at home right now, and they're watching this, are like, oh, come on, fold, he has aces. Like, look at how strong this is. Well, you know, Juan Pardo could have king, queen off here, 3-betting light against Brandon Wilson, right? Bryn Kenney, this is his range, right? His range is jacks, maybe tens, you know, ace, king, plus. We appreciate that about Bryn's range. We don't think that he has really a bluffing range. So Brandon is reckoning with the fact that he's going to probably have to flip or chop against Bryn's range a lot of the time. But having said that, Juan Pardo could just have kings or aces too, you know? Like, I don't think it's within the realm of impossibility that Brandon Wilson makes this fold. I don't know.
But
just
if
need to see what
Juan
happens.
has bluffs in his range, which I'm certain he does, you can potentially get a big overlay, right? 1.1 on the side from Juan, big blind ante, and small blind. You know, that's 1.6 potential dead money.
Yeah. Here's the question, though. When Brandon Wilson goes all in for $5 million,
wow,
if he does, yes!
He's sick.
Yes, Brandon Wilson. Nobody will believe you, but I will, because I'm your biggest fan, man.
Brandon, MVP so far at this final table. It's annoying for Bryn, but he might be up against ace-king. How happy is Brandon Wilson?
It's not great. He knows it's ace-king minimum here, that the pairs all dominate. He's going to have to hope to hit a jack. Just a cooler here for Bryn Kenney.
I still can't believe Brandon Wilson is not in there. It could have been out for Bryn Kenney, maybe, had Brandon Wilson got in Pardo. Here we go to flop. Is there a jack? Nope.
And Brandon not offering up any information to the table.
No, you don't tell people about
I mean,
those
you
votes.
do, though. Like, if it was just a normal tournament, right? Couldn't wait to tell everyone.
Look at Pardo. 8.375.
Watson, 8 big blinds to the hijack, king 10 off. Good enough for you, Kev?
Cuspy one. Not sure how many min raises we might try to employ at this stage. We're kind of the shortest by far, so I think we just push, yeah. It does feel like a bottom jam, though. I'd fold king 9.
Yeah, cusp city for Michael Watson, and might get one better hand to fold. I have to imagine this is a hand that Mario would be happy to call all in with in the big blind, maybe, probably even the small.
Yeah,
how does it affect things on the cutoff? You can see the hesitation.
Just looking ahead to who's in the big blind.
There it is.
Dylan Linde, the chip leader, and yeah, just any player could wake up with a hand. Bryn here with, I think, a pretty clear one. And I'd expect him to want to isolate knowing that Dylan's in the big blind. We don't want to just call, let the chip leader rejam with some extra hands. We just want to be all in against the short stack with these 8s.
And two players who have surely tangled with each other for what must feel like eons. Playing tournaments against each other. All the way from probably $100, $200 buy-in on some online sites back in circa 2009, all the way to, you know, buy-ins as big as $500,000. Here they are, tangled in a flip in this 50K. Watson's going to need a lot of help. King or a 10. Last chance. Not going to do it. Michael Watson is going to be our 7th place finisher for a little over $375,000. You know, back when I was playing sort of mid-high rollers and main events, he was sort of in those with me, but wasn't playing the super big stuff, and then suddenly was finding himself 100Ks, 50Ks. Pretty meteoric rise. As far as his Triton career, has 15 cashes. I mean, very, very consistent for just shy of $3 million in earnings, but does not have his first title. And now he has Ace King.
Ooh. And Dylan not deciding to go the simplistic route by 3-bet shoving. He keeps a good chunk of his stack behind. 3-bets to just 5 big blinds, and now O'Dwyer's behind 20 big blinds effective with pocket 10s.
Would you like to wager a food ticket?
Oh. Which side
I'll
do
let
you
you pick.
Oh,
I'll
I
take
can
the other.
choose.
I just
Okay.
want the action. I think the line is pretty close, so.
I will take the all-in.
Okay, I'll take fold. You got your voucher on you right now?
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
I'm going to have to owe you. 'Cause I had one for dinner. I gave my other one to Randy.
You could just keep them all with you, you know. They're like,
I guess you're right. I
it's
didn't
just
think
a
about
little,
that.
it's just a little stack.
That's so funny. You're right.
No, it's because I made the same mistake. I got bailed out
You
days
lost a
ago
bunch?
by someone
Okay.
else. No,
Yeah.
I'd already ordered food too. Not to overshadow this legitimately close spot, I think O'Dwyer's got to be thinking about, you know, just how often do I believe that Dylan's bluffing in this situation? Because he wants to get this through against a bluff from Dylan, right? He's not expecting to get it in good against the value range of Linde.
Just think, yeah.
Oh,
The reason
darn
why
it.
I like fold and the why that you owe me the equivalent of about I don't know, 15 Canadian dollars, maybe 20 Canadian dollars, is because
Should have prepaid.
yeah. I mean, you got to ask yourself in these spots, right? Like, what kind of an animal am I dealing with Dylan Linde? Like, yeah, Bryn Kenney is extremely active. Yeah, Dylan's aware of that, but Bryn Kenney's our significant chip leader. Is Dylan really going to want to, like, come after him, just look down at ace 6 suited and 3-bet? Doesn't really seem like in his nature under the gun to cut off here. You know, it's just, I don't know. I think he would just stay away. Did he just shove?
Wow. And a misstep from Bryn, maybe
Yeah.
disagreeing with your read, Griffin, and thinking he could have the ace
Yeah.
6 suited right now. But Bryn finding a way to have 38%,
Look at
even when
that,
he
huh?
does run into ace king.
Look at that. Still got the meal voucher ticket, though.
Yeah, most important part of this hand, I'm sure, for everyone involved.
Steve probably had one of each of ours. No? Even
Here,
better.
probably.
Still left. Like in my hand.
Confident, bro.
Oof.
Wow.
The rich just get richer. Disaster strikes for Dylan Linde. Gonna need an ace or king on the turn. Clubs will give kind of more outs to Dylan. That's pretty interesting. Now an ace, king, or jack. See all the outs over there. There's a decent amount. 8 outs. Second.
GG.
Good luck.
Aw, poor Dylan. Came in with the chip lead, had high hopes
Me too,
for
yeah.
his first Triton title, but ran into the
Think I better
buzzsaw.
flop than that.
Posting 1 million in blinds every orbit. Gotta think this is the type of hand we might just want to open rip.
4.4 million. Raise 4.4.
Yeah, that will be an effective shove from O'Dwyer.
And you have total.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's gonna go in.
that is going to play.
We cleared the ace-2 suited,
This is too strong.
but we can't clear the ace-jack suited of
All in.
Bryn Kenney.
Come on, Bryn.
All in and call.
Come on, Bryn, I believe Pardo said. Being not afraid to be open about what. Yeah, look at that little eyebrow raise to the rail. I mean, this represents such a significant pay jump. Over 200 grand between fourth and third, and then you're playing for big, big boy money. No help on the flop for O'Dwyer, but there is a little heart dangler. That 5 of hearts. Jack of hearts, queen of hearts, or something like that would be very interesting. Jack kills the 10, but gives 1 additional out. So now 4 queens, 3 kings. Drum roll, please. Was there ever a doubt? Steve O'Dwyer, our 4th place finisher for $854,000 US dollars. This would be 5th title for Bryn. Mario would be looking for his 3rd.
Thanks.
Speculative limp with the 6-5 offsuit, and Mario's going to take this up. We're playing 30 big blinds effective. Used to seeing about 4x on the nose, 2 million. Looks like a close one from my point of view. 6-5. Definitely very playable against the top of the unpaired range.
I like the way that he threw his sweater around him like he's putting on his armor for battle, you know? And bottom pair for Bryn, definitely going to be continuing here against Mario's aces. Mario unblocking, you know, all the potential pairs Bryn could have. Where do you find yourself sizing up here, Kevin?
Yeah, it's unclear to me where to start as the out-of-position player. We might have some checks on Queen 7-6. This looks like a board that hits Bryn's range reasonably well. So if we've got like ace-jack high or pocket 10, something like that, we're not necessarily betting. So usually when we're going to be playing some checks, we increase size a little bit. So this is 1/3. You know, not the smallest size that Mario might use in all these spots. Clear continue with any pair.
9, going to give more outs for Bryn Kenney against the aces, but probably would have preferred to see a 4, certainly a 5 or 6.
And as Mario, we start to consider check raising, perhaps. Another good card for Bryn's range. Reason for us to slow down with some stuff. Mario has the ace of spades covered, so doesn't need to worry about ace-high flush draw. Does he think Bryn's going to bet when check 2? He does start with a check.
And an SPR now of about 1.3, 7.5 million out there. Mario with an effective 10.5 million. If Bryn does go with bet here, he's going to regret it.
Yeah, against some players, maybe we can get away with betting a hand like this, set our price and see a free river, but Bryn respecting the potential that Mario has a good hand here wisely.
Better than good, Kev. Better than good. Aces make 3 on the river.
And it feels our hand is so good, maybe we want to do something deceptive, but the problem is when we check on an ace, it just looks like we have showdown value. Hard for Bryn to ever represent the ace or a hand that wants to bet when the ace comes. I like Mario just playing this one straightforward. The ace is my card. Here's a big bet.
Bryn with an inquisitive look, recognizing exactly what you were talking about, is going to be bluffing on this ace card just as much as having it. Feels like Bryn is leaning fold, but I don't know. His
There's a lot of weak
demeanor is
hands
shifting, yeah.
that get dealt in heads up. If Mario was bluffing before the flop, Jack deuce offsuit, you know, 5-3 offsuit, just total trash type hands. How could you not bluff this river?
Yeah, and this is a really big inflection point of this heads-up battle here. If Bryn folds, he will retain his... Wow, makes the call and is going to be shown the very bad news. Wow, what a remarkable shift in fortunes here. Update those Vegas odds, Kevin.
Yeah.
Mario has the chip lead now. Eating some nuts over there, maybe. Some pretzels. This is what I do. 35 Mario. Now 51 for Mario, 35 for Bryn. Still plenty of play left. Do not count out Bryn Kenney. Two very playable 30 big blind hands.
Yeah, Mario comes with raise this time. We've seen him limp and raise on the button.
That is going to be a very, very bad start for Bryn Kenney. Not only does Mario Mossbach have trip jacks, but I think Bryn has every reason to continue with king high, king of diamonds.
Yeah, definitely. The standard is to bet small on these paired boards. And if we get a good price, king of diamonds by itself is enough. Now, I would normally play this one passively with some showdown value, but high frequency check raise is definitely a thing on paired boards. He does just call.
Bryn given more reason to stick around. And does Mossbach want to start sizing up?
Yeah, real chance that Bryn has a flush in the big blind. This is a frequent hand, although Mario makes that less likely by having the queen of diamonds. So I doubt we'll see Mario attacking stacks. You know, I don't think we see overbet, jam river kind of line, but chunky bets can come.
Yeah, it looks to be about 2.5 million into the 3-7.
1.5, yeah.
And Bryn still has a hand that can beat bluffs. He's picked up equity if he's behind. I think this is the type of hand where, you know, maybe we even fold a pair of deuces on the turn, but we continue with king of diamonds.
There is the call. This pot now ballooning to 8.7 million. River changes nothing. Does fill in a backdoor wheel with 4-5. I guess worth mentioning. But does Mario raise that on the button?
Yeah, it's a possibility, but probably small consideration like you suggested. An ace high, you know, it feels unlikely, I think, from Bryn's point of view that Mario would double barrel with an ace by itself. Feels a bit weird, except for maybe the odd, like ace of diamonds, king, 2-street value bet. So if Mario comes with a big bet here, he might be suspicious again. Thinking there's a lot of possible bluffs.
And like an eagle eyeing his prey, Mario Mossbach deciding what to do on this river.
And I think credit
8
to Mario
million.
for taking a little extra time here. His hand strength is straightforward. We want to bet big. But the ace of spades, not a easy card to play. on the river. I think that shows signs of someone who's thinking through their whole strategy, not just what do I want with Queen Jack.
So I have a question, just sort of a range question here. Can we put some rivered aces in Bryn's range here? He's not going to be shoving or 3-betting every ace here. He can have something like an ace 5, ace 4, ace of diamonds, 4 diamonds, 5 of diamonds that might call twice.
Yeah, even a hand like ace 4 of spades might take a flop and then, well, ace of spades on board, but ace 4 of clubs, you know, would take a flop, not necessarily 3-bet pre-flop, and then reach the river here. So there's a few aces that Kenny can have, but yeah, ace of diamonds X, definitely possible. And I think that's, you know, with this 8 million size on the river, that's what Mario's hoping he runs into. But as you can see with Bryn considering this and paying it off with just king high, we don't need an ace to get paid.
That's going to be it. Bryn Kenney's putting in the last bit with 9-8, and Mario Mossbach, an amazing opportunity with pocket queens. No surprise, the ladies love him. Look at him. Worth noting that Bryn will still win the most amount of money, even if he falters here after that deal.
No mercy.
Yeah, Bryn starting heads up with a chip advantage. Got the better side of that deal, but now all in with just 5 big blinds and missing that flop.
Yeah, that is got to be it. At least he's not drawing dead. 4 sevens. And Bryn Kenney stays in this event, but much more likely Mario Mossbach with his 3rd title. One more card to come.
Yeah, let's go! Woo! Hey, yeah! Woo! GG, bro. Good game, brother. Played well, like usual. I had no gas in the tank. Like I slept 2 hours last night or something. I just said I'm not going to fold a single hand that's up. And you just had I got really lucky. Kind of shitty hero. Yeah. I was just like, I can't sit here for another hour or 2. I'm going to die. You have to take it. Also, yeah.
Incredible performance from Mario. Nice little insight into, you know, maybe the mental state of Bryn Kenney. It's tough out there sometimes, not getting enough sleep, and he said, I'm just going to call this guy down.
Let's go. Bisschen Turnier.
All the money had already pretty much been chopped up.
Na kommt's.
Well-deserving champion. He can't stop smiling. You just love to see it. Very deserving champion of this 50K. But Bryn, look at him. He's almost passing out over there with his $1.9 million.
Thank you so much.
Even in his sleep, this guy will leave a tournament with the most amount of money.
Triton to this